Good evening and welcome to In Conversation with Thabang, a podcast that wants to move people from crisis to control through inspiring conversations that we have with different people. And today, I'm so lucky that I have somebody that does something that is not, but he is a purple cow. Let's see Tshiamo Sebolayi, yena ke motho wa di landscape. But before we get there, he will tell us ka leeto la hae hore Tshiamo ke mang from childhood, ke eng ntho tse leng hore ka nnete Tshiamo na rata ho di etsa, ke eng ntho tse leng hore Tshiamo na believe ho tsona. Tshiamo, good evening and welcome to our podcast.
All the viewers at home,
yes,
whenever they will be viewing from.
Yes. Brother, from your childhood, was the landscape today? Lo ga isa lo rata matsupa o rata o fire batho ka majwe ntho tse no ka o fela falling in love with the landscape.
Well, it's a funny journey really, because that's not really what happened. Lena excites landscaping.
Okay.
For most of my life excites landscaping. Well, school ke skene mona mo Bloemfontein, ke qadile high school mo Loibota. Khale kwana. After Loibota ka ya University of the Free State, mo kileng ka qala ka Bachelor of Social Sciences, ke study psychology there.
Yes.
Amora mo ke teng he mo ibileng ka kopana le ntho tsena tse di kgwebo teng mo jening ya ka university. Ka qala mo ile hore re qala hanyane, re qala ka jaka most ya batho. You'd know that how bona bophelo bo ba thata re tsotela to with a business le government. So ga qala ga amantlo re etse ntho ileng ya rona mo ileng hore re tla khona ho kra di subcontract mona le mane. So ne le mona konye mo ileng hore ntse re sebetsa di project nyana tse leng hore ha project e fela. We then found out hore there's a shortage of skills in this sector, landscaping. Every time when the projects get to the point where we need to cultivate the outside species, it would be outsourced to companies selling or asaro. We then saw, okay, there's a gap in this market, and at this age, if we don't initiate to capitalize in this gap, yes. So we then let's study more about this thing and find out what do we need exactly. Because I say vision.
Yes.
If you can see what the client wants and you're able to deliver it, that's all you need. And of course, more.
Yes.
That's how it was birthed. And then from there, it's a research and then construction like now you're in landscaping, full time. Then from there, I move business. I move a postgraduate diploma in business administration.
Yes.
Administration and business. How can I get
it's a challenge. Because I think most of young people, when they go into business, they just think about making money, not solving a problem. Yes. But I want to go back to your home, like with the parents, conversations come on through. How do they shape you? Because I think everything starts there.
No, that's right. That's right. Because honestly, we cannot distance ourselves from our upbringing.
Yes.
In a family of four. There is my mother, my father, my sister, and me. Family business was my mother's side. My mother is into business as well. Soft goods soft goods whatever ile mo fashion and then but then honestly that's where it ended. With her nana sabatling to wholesale or anything like that, no survival as long as we get it by every day. So I can't believe it's inherent as well.
Yes.
I can't tell you because Lena get kadila hanyane ke rekisa le bo sekolong ke rekisa sekolong ile ke bona hore no besa ga ke maybe ke ntwe ke tswaletswe. And then from there my father as well na sebetsa sekolong nel driver a sekolong. So I saw claim and lights.
That's true.
And I drive a school on special school. And then from there, my sister and I came to know
So business and the mindset, it's there.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the family. So either you catch it or you don't.
That's
up to you. Yes.
So I want to check. One of the things that I see as a challenge, circles that we keep. What kind of circle do you keep and how does it impact you as a person? Because sometimes radula machita re tla bua jwala
Yeah.
re tla bua bo ausi, but I want to check that or na mhlomong wena ke ntho e leng hore you consider it or just get on with the friendship and all of that.
Interesting question, really, because in retrospect, I can share a cycle that I have because I'm a prayerful person. I pray a lot, and every day, when you get into every single day, you don't know, it's unpredictable.
Yes.
So I pray that God orders my steps. Now that you mention it, I can share the group of friends that I have. They're quite diverse. And in them, there are people who do business, there are people who do politics, there are people who do church, and so on and so forth. So it's interesting because, I can never business, diverse businesses. Product line baking. Quantity survey, accountant, and of course, support for distraction.
Yes.
Unwind. Unwind. I know what to go to.
Department is responsible for that.
So it's quite diverse. Now that I mention, and I'm grateful as well because highly diverse. It means how na and narrow focus more pillow. Hono diversify. Hono opile kamuna le kamuna. Skana anori because ona leba tuba business. Bona na opilo go so. Osa tsebi the challenges telling over tuba di face. Bale kanan lo gona kantle.
What is like growing in Bloemfontein? Bloemfontein kasi ya rona ha ona opportunity tse ngata, and in most cases people get broken because mototlare I knocked and mamati ha ne o buleha. For you, what kept you going?
That's true. That's true. I struggled a lot in Bloemfontein because honestly, because of the way things are, government plays a huge role there. You know, the situation and the politics for the state for the longest time. We knocked and doors were locked for a very long time. And doors were locked. That's why I really wind up like most people resort to doing business like government. Because business people by mistake are being into business and being a tenderpreneur. So how small be I'm into business.
Yes, we want to have those things who could be those things who could be more explanation so that people understand, because you need envelope brown, you know submit and all of that. The difference between the two.
How differentiate a businessman and a tenderpreneur? A tenderpreneur can the envelope. Honestly, now and then we check the email or create email or quotation how we the time you order landscaping go thusa ka landscaping go thusa ka landscaping ke thusa ka landscaping go fa 20 rand ao ke tsamaya o sane o setse 20 rand e fedile ha ona next week so ke yona ntho re bona gore ya re bolaya because ha o khone go ka phela go so phelela morao o kre 20 rand o sane ha eyo 20 rand today o sane ha eyo so o bona go botlhokwa gore o ai o ntho ya you must build your own thing so that you go from this I can live. I can live off this. So that's where the business administration side comes. Because what's about how only 20 rand
yes.
What's about 20 rand in a get 5 rand 19 rand salamo company, then company tla khona re mpatale di rand tse maybe for kgodi mosebetsi ha o se mosebetsi o le teng o ntse la hlela hape ka mo. So ke yone ntho re bolayang honestly ke ra try ke go tlolwetse di company tse leng go sebetsa le tsona hore e ntshe mo besageng ya ka ikinya mo besageng ya
ke batla go bua Anthony, because people will always tell you shelter ke ya besaga se
so how can intsha mo besageng ya o e shebele man e we wena mona besaga be yona man o ska ba wena besaga gobane ha o sentse no o grele mosebetsi o itse o lo reka majaba ya di
mona re dipalama yes ke ne personalized
mpone ke batla bula le mati ke le tobetse
yes not that's true
e fedile mo from there onwards o tlole lexana gape le di RFQ and then ke yona e etsa cycle ina e morao insere re ba boela back to question la ya mamati ya kwetse mo Free State, because batho ba di kreyang ke batho ba phelang jang motho leng go grabe sa today o rekile koloi o sa ne fedile kena yang hape gore la ngopola ke nna ya mpeng hape ba mone ya fela jalo
and ke batla go khutlela morao education la o thusa jwa because Kimono, you had an interest in business and you went to school and learn would you recommend, or as an entrepreneur, it's important for you to continuously upskill yourself?
I would. There's a lot of things that I thought I knew until you understand. I was here studying, or I didn't know this. I didn't. And as much as I do appreciate, education is a privilege in this country. It is considering population in access to education. It is a privilege. Start where you are, do some research, read a book. I mean, no interesting. Just read up a bit more on it. Do a bit of research. So to answer your question, no. Education interests a lot. Everything in Anaga is like book and 10 rand, 12 rand, 2 rand, and all of those things. Guess understand how can I in depth when I tell you systems thinking to deal on a more or system holistic.
Okay.
You know, a neutral view. Also, we're not from the root upwards. So you're interested a lot, honestly. I recommend whoever if you can, please do go and further your studies.
Are who the business itself, landscape in the industry, is one industry.
It's industry it's tough because mama tia kwaleile mo ke batho ba ileng hore ba ikwalletse and ke group e nyane and ke group e seng ga se batho ba rona is primarily comprised of people who are not black, so ke re penetrate yona only difficult man no re se re kene no and ke re jwalo with confidence because ke batla kenya batho ba bang no coincident in such a way when there is a project, any project it's allocated to us, we know that from someone. Because had we not been there, it means that someone would have the rich would be getting richer and we would be outside. So it's an industry that is saturated by white people, and they have huge machinery as well. For Lerona, it was not tough because we had to establish ourselves and ensure that we are competing. Because if I have to rent out every single piece of equipment for a particular project, it means price bidding price goes high, and then class. So that way we keep industry. So I study and then okay, some of them so that and then machinery at the lower rate. And as now in business administration comes in, machine rebuild a startup. So we clear and know grow from stride to stride.
I just want to understand when you said okay fine, opportunity because in business is all about identifying opportunities. So I want to find out landscaping. I mean, we know business it's entertainment, business alcohol and all of that.
On any project after the project I realize okay, so the rest of this allocation guy company and landscaping.
Okay.
So rabatho ba ileng hore inherently re chelete re rata.
No, I saw you with your team. You know, you have that posture. Got more than that. How are you?
Yeah, so and I believe a lot in the intelligence of black people.
Yes.
We know that there's nothing a black person cannot do.
Yes.
So then no man, what industry is this? So that's how it was birthed. From there onwards, we did a lot of research into it. And then so what basically comprises a landscaping company is bringing different experts together into one room.
Yes.
So I don't know, we can do this thing. We can do this thing. And then in 2019, that's when we started. And then slowly but surely we are growing. So that's how it was birthed. It was birthed from a project that was very big beyond us. And Rabono, there is something that can be shared with us here, and we want it, and we are fighting for it.
Mara, how would you explain the landscaping to just an ordinary South African? You know, when you grew up, we were doing about geography, and you'll be told about the landscape. And now I need time. How would you simplify it? Or what is this business that you do, landscaping?
Well, landscaping, to simplify it, landscaping who is about kantle.
Okay.
Cultivation of outdoor spaces. And it permeates almost anything you want. Some of the things artificial plants or live plants. So we break it down. How from doorstep nka khona go yetsetse yona ka mogwele ngwana o ithabela ka teng until o fitla le kolonya o kopa ile go tswela kontle a tswela kontle go yetsetse the way wena o ka ya ratang ka teng ka ntlo tla bona gore ha o tsama di plaque most of the plaque ona le bo di crash stones so ba yetse metsi di adile mo ke ntho tse re di etsang tseo di sidewalk ke ntho tse re di etsang tseo anything kantle ke try break it down.
No, sort of lella more about it. We are taking a short break, and after this we continuing our conversation with Tshiamo, learning a lot from this young man about landscaping. He would explain more about this, and then tell other young people who have lost hope, what is it that we need to do? Because we are living in a very difficult time. A lot of graduates, a lot of young people are unemployed. So people like Tshiamo and the crew, but they are here to come and give inspiration. We'll be back shortly. Conversation with Thabang, and tonight we're having Tshiamo Sebolayi, ke batho ba di landscaping, and we're learning a lot about this kind of business. Tshiamo, let's talk about important things in a business. Let's talk about leadership. Let's talk about administration. We're now the Shalosa, because like earlier on said that people just get into business without necessary skills. Would you say we must also invest in leadership, we must also invest in administration?
Yes, no, definitely. I would encourage a lot of investment in yourself as well.
Okay.
As a business person or a business leader. Because the business, if I have the idea, the business rests in me, and I need to share the idea with my team. So if there's a lot of things, it's a Bolayan business that we don't consider, things that you think that are outside of your control, or things that you would take lightly. For instance, let's say Bolayan a lot, the lifestyle choices.
Lifestyle choices, yes.
Things that you would think, but I live like this. Yes. So now
you're so committed to the old you.
Exactly.
Yes. Because I normally said that when I have motivational session, that we are so committed to our old self. You're not gonna tell me anything. Yes.
You must understand you transition from the old you to the new you. Because now you want to do something that you've never done before, and you cannot do it with the old you, because that way you are taking old things. But a baby guy pouring new wine in old wineskin, you cannot do that; it's going to burst. So
in coaching, behavioral flexibility. All right. Yes.
We upskill a lot. So this one person ke mo tsebang le ene o sebetsa ke doctor no sebetsa le dinto and le ene mentse ke mo jwetsa ntwena ke re decisions to dinkang outside of the surgery lo so dinkang mo strategy they affect into in the surgery. So your behavior needs to be consistently image triangle you build that the brand is that you're trying to build. Today how kopana le ntate morobane ko ntle you will look into tomorrow no different from when you cannot be two worlds apart. One is going over. So investing in yourself goes back to investing in yourself. We itlhalohanye le wena o senkile nako re le nna ke itlhalohanye understand okay ena yang kwatisa ena ya intumedisa this is what makes me tick, this is what doesn't, and if you do that o tla khona hore le wena o ne le self control, o tla khona hore le wena o resist, le wena o khona hore o restraining e bohlokwa.
No, it's very important. So when you spoke about the team, I just want to check, when you sit down as a CEO and decide on the team, do you reflect, do you team yaka ke batla I composer in this manner, or you just call ntate Mogobane, you are in Shimza when out what process do you take when you build a team?
It's very complex, and I know nka etsa ke le mo so ke sebetsa le team ya ka primarily with my brother or philosophica ke ne motho leng gore o na le skills tsa batho le skills tsa batho le gore sometimes my mind will be all over the place, so ke qala ka ene ke mo rupa in abe haufinyana le so in that way when I lose a sanity ke na tla khona gore no ntate Mogobane ka o thusa ka ene ke re oh yes, so you need to have someone eleng gore o reka vision e o nang le yona. So if lo go mo and I'm not saying that everyone eleng gore o alone ha khona gore aka tswelisa vision e o nang le yona, but if lo go mo and then people who are around you don't buy into the vision e o nang le yona, it's highly unlikely gore motho mong kontle aka reka mo vision e. So ke qadile ka yena, and then from yena ga sheba gore project to project re tlo hloka eng, because re qadile hanyane, re qadile le re kuta bo dilono re kuta bo dilono, and then at that time o tla feel like I'm doing something small
ya bona kwena o so le bo chama bo itse ka motšhini la
and then that's when we feel like a bit despondent, but then in about encourage no, where we are going we need to start here in order to understand the besara ya go, because ke so o mo besareng wena o sa itse. You need to on the ground get your hands dirty so that you can be able to grow the business.
At the time.
So from then onwards ra gola from stride to stride e le gore re qala re etsa bo ditlhare yana tree felling, and then at that time we learned a lot get tree felling.
Sa bua ka difate bua ntho mo ke a opola go le a ke ta o atlant ile ga fitla mo ka fumana difate be ke organize majita ke re batlo di bia fatshe motho mo ba re no we don't do that difate di bohlokwa hampe because rona re kena di daki monna
o fitla o rata
fe sa ke tlo bona letsatsi
so ga fitla re ithuta le gona ntho tse jalo gona le difate tse fapane ona le invader ona le difate tse leng gore da hloka so sefate se jalo ha ile gore wena so di step khona gore se move re se be play ke nyengwe gore khona gore re se tse hanyane re se focus re stream se tso se ska di step re sebetsa le wena ka mogweleng gore o tla khona gore o se thabele ka teng unlike ga re fitla fela
ha ngwana mmene ke re ke a di botla man ke yona se di lepetse se ke re ke a di botla. So ke batla o check man, you know in life there are moments where things are not going right completely. What do you do? Because some people they just vanish, they never come back. Some people become paralyzed. Motho ka ha sa ba sharp. So bona motho lo na lo right there run this business ke an jalo sa dula tabu and all of that. What do you do when things are not going right?
Well, one of three things. The first one, I'm like I said, I'm very vested in God. So from time to time, I get a mandatory for at least more wedding. In a time where I am just away from him for the whole day. I pray a lot at that time. I create direction. I keep humane with my source, which is God, my Creator. And then I also like a lot of traveling. I travel. When I'm at as well. So I ke gona la ise hola ho finyana fela mona mo leng go ke gona ho fitla teng ke
shimisa o itlela botshabelo mo khotse my producer or fela in 8 ya ba khutla
engineer tse jalo ke o qala hanyane and then aba go ke motho leng go ke gona gore ke nne ke dlale golf ka nako nyana fela
na tshantse tlo dem na when dem ke shapile mo kotina ke fuse so 100 no tla ngwana mo re go tla ka mosito ba nna tsiamo
jalo so go no go unwind it re lo re phuthule ntse alice frustrations how
so meaning you are saying to us this me time is very important. That fella we need to have that me time, that time that you sit and reflect. Fella so kena ulo yaifa
re qadile mo le lo ga ku utlwa bodutunyana ai ne ke se ke ikaparela skipanyana se le saka se ke tsebang wa go kena o tla shebua ka sona ke reke di double nyana ke re inwele di double tsa ka bona nako ntse le bona batho ba haufinyana le nna ba njwetsa gore no mare mona no e solo re wa lahleha.
So tell me, there's this artificial intelligence things happening, ne? Industry ya lona thing, doesn't that affect you?
No, it does. Yes. It does a lot because it permeates almost any sector, artificial intelligence, because and it's expensive into that day. Okay. They're very expensive because for instance, it's like 3D printing.
Okay.
But our basic drone technology, mo eleng hore le fasile lo batla sebetsa lona ba itse lona ka ba o bontshe lona o kgona tsama nka go tsama ho lona e go again and di tu ntho tse tsa bona so yona ya e batla re ntse re try re update ntho tsa rona mara di expensive ntho tsa expensive so because the disruption in artificial intelligence mara ke believe ka nako re tla fitla mo
le rona ke utlwa di podcast mo na re tla tloa ba tla bona robot o dutse bana
ya se utla la o bua tsena e direct what I want to say.
Yes. So let's check Kasia rona mona mo re dulang teng mona and ho ya ka wena how sheba. What would you say to young people ba batlang just to get into business, not necessarily what you are doing, like step number 1, step number what would you say to them? Because it's easy for anybody to just wake up and say, hey, I'm a businessman, hey, I'm an entrepreneur. And normally people get angry. I know my daughter will always say, Papa, but sometimes when I learn how you must mind of it. And I say to people, man, you're one of busy and nothing. What are you doing?
Exactly.
Because in fact, before we get there, how honest are you to your team? Because you don't want to tell the truth. I just want to check with you. How honest are you with your team? This is not right.
And I try by all means. So we keep it as frank as possible, and they know as well. A spade is a spade, and we need to call it like that. Yes. So if something is assigned to you, a duty is assigned to you, before even write anywhere, I agree you're okay with this duty that you have.
Yes.
This is what the outcome should be. This is what it means. If you fulfill the duty, this is what it would look like.
Yes.
So how khutla le wena go se we score le tla okay ne ke filo hore mohlala ke na le di jarate tse tharo tla ma ke di etse today.
Yes.
Ke na le di resources tse kana tse fili maybe na le side cut na le petrol itseng na le and then o boetsa jarate tse pedi maybe o kgathetse o gala khona o fitla jarateng ya boraro and then how khutla ka khona re le le debrief le wena o no jetsa go Tshiamo bona o coverile jarateng o understand ga ba khona dira jarateng because of 1 2 3 le no tla consider if you consider then re khona re buisane ka yona but it's frank and re show the KPI tsa rona ga di discuss le wena I can impose anything when I ka o jetsa go ntate mo robana na jwale wa bona hore mohlomong podcast ya ha o tlamele be re le hore kana go itseng wa achieve ntho itseng ga achieve mutually understand and okay either we let you go or I fix unto you re lokise so gona re le nna ba ntshwa accountable.
So you guys have systems in place?
Yeah, we do.
And you are results driven. Are sebetsi fela shimza etsa mana mme no re tla tshwara ka moya
ga isiame man o tlo go pela.
So tell me jarta ke na ya forum house o tshole atla ke na jarta fela forum house le atla fla le dula mo lo jwetsa re mona
ga fitla mono mohlomong o tla fitla motho le gore project ya signed o yena so mohlala e sebetsa so ao phone gore okay e go pa le gore le tlo shakela jarta ya ka ke na le bojanje bo boholo ke na le ke batlo etsa gardening yana ka ntle ke na le maloma ke batlang wa etsa then re assign a project to a project manager then project manager wa ya ha a fitla ha o tla ba bua le wena o tle ditlhoko tsa gago hantle a dingole fatshe a fitla tla ba fitla re brief go ke kopane le ntate morobane ntha batlang go etsa go batla malomo o batla eng and then tla bo ha o ya sa bobedi tla bo ya le team jwa maybe o ya team tlhokala o tlhokala horticulturist tla bo ya le yona ha ile go re do di asphalt o tla bo ya le team yona ya tree filling ha ile gore mohlomong ke paving tse re tlo etsa hard construction anything e tshwantse re tlo etsa then second phase se betsa jalo tla bo ya le team then team e fitla tla ba re qala re beya skeleton with a skeleton mo leng gore if re tlametse re tlo app already re etse fela jalo until job e be fair.
So lona services tsa lona ke eng if you have to tell us ntate morobane this is what we are offering so that we also know gore na
the private houses jago buila ga di etsa private houses differs from grass cutting gardening cultivation of plants fertilizing seasonal services tsa rona jaaka ona le bo di snow jene mara mona fortunately mo Free State ya ra experience ntho tse jalo ke Lesotho mo
tseba also assisting in that for environmental na libya motho ka re element tsa bo safety di ba teng things are not going right
anything hazardous lona go khona fit le sfat no na hona le digogola tse so di fat tla kry le hore integrity and compromise ra fitla mo we can step in, and with aging trees as well we can step in to say this tree is hazardous now.
Di fate di a tsofala nantse ke bona sfate se ba stele ke ra mtholisto ya tsofala
se gona go se issue a se le jona na se shwele ke teng a le go a se gola ditla ya se bana se omme ka
le tlole go di fate ke ba di bua ntse di dietsa all right so ke di services tse le dietsa yes and then bana magali duri monna wa tsa monna ke o shebile ke mfano ke tshama boenyana monna ba tshwa ba rata le chelete ba tlo tabola monna
wa no because re ntse bo shoba re price tsa rona ga di benchmark ja ke buile wena before ke re di competitors tsa rona ntse le go most ke batho ke mago di price tsa rona re di benchmark ile etsa bonete ba re competitive in index, because otherwise o tlo dula ile hore joloka ja re buile area ka batho ba leng go di tender o ke sa botlola metsi for 150.
Yeah, I wanted to come to that one, yeah, pricing strategy, because when I look at the mama transport one that re na le trip ya Durban uthi ba kinya hlofa ha ilwa mo o nyolwa ka stable yona se ka ba lona le escape nya lona mo mun la ji ka o sheba sfat ya o tinya fela
le ke sheba di hloko tsa
ba ke your pricing strategy
yeah no you're not well informed and inform you ke the quantity and the scope of work as well and a re di tsamsa ke re na le team ya rona re na le quantity survey ya re sebetsang lona re na le di accountants re sebetsang tsona so re sebetsa ka team e leng gore e diverse and monate wa team ya rona ko re ke ba tshele bona ke ba tshela so ke di rates tsa rona se di rates tse leng gore o tla patala chartered accountant for yona so ke motho e leng gore maybe ke proximity go mo tseba and then re mo patala ka di project so any project so ke tla mona go ke tlhoka di services tsa o mona and then maybe re tla re percentage itse maybe 2-3% 4% and then re sebetsa jalo mo leng gore exposure ra ahana
okay. Yeah, so how do we get to Bloemfontein? What we are city of roses, but now na di roses. Go re tla mpe picture or kwena no landscape ya Bloem. King se ka setsa mo hore you know ka se ya gona be attractive. Go re motho a feel or is ke khathetse Gauteng mona just want to drive to Bloemfontein. Yeah. Just for the view, the landscape and all of that.
That's an interesting question because rena le picture ngwe mo officing ya rona ya Mangaung gala na batla ibitsa city of roses.
Yes.
Rena le picture mo di roses le di teng.
Ya wana di
so ho etsa re tlo hloka hore re nne le overhaul ya Mangaung hobane mathata mangata mo Mangaung mo leng hore if re ka re cultivate outdoor spaces no o tlo fumana ile hore bana ba tla bolo mo ga ona appreciation ya ona batho ba di kgetla gore batho ba etsang ha o tsama mo pela se di tsela bolemo mo tla bona le mo lemmeng hantle ya o sebeditsa hantle mo and now ntwe se di go tla mo uduleng la batho ba katileng mo batho ba ska ha o ka notice la bona uduleng la batho ba katileng mo no ke yona ntwe tse questioning ya hao ya hore if re nka etsa ntwe jwana ke ntse jalo tse tlhokalang jalo ba ntho di gatiwe mara ha o kena ka Bloemfontein o
hlaka ke le di teng ka mona man
ke bua ka
tsona fela o fite mo
o hlaka ke tsona ntse tse ka di etsantse ha o kena ka bo N1 ha o kena ka N1 o hla o tsa maka Nelson Mandela mo hona le ha mo ha re ngatsela mo hona le island mo le teng mo ke ntho tse leng gore di tse ntle di ka etsa
ha o kena sounds ke jwetse majoro a Clement tlo bua
ka as a believe
honestly speaking we I mean what is city of roses and I can tell you man I mean at cafe mo now kena you feel good because you feel art or no bo shimza mona le bo CEO ba ntseng 20 so motho ya mocha ya nahana ngoro batla o kena into entrepreneurship world ke nnete e finyo ka motsa nyona because sometimes I feel like we don't tell people the truth ba blela fela ntotse monate re ba jutso re ba tsana go tse di motla bona le di 00 ba ke mo sa tsebe re o lo ya kae o kale kae what did you say gore honestly speaking
all right and honestly speaking ke tla go bona qala mo le nteng number 1 Number 2, ska sheba ka thoko to the left or to the right. Because how qala sheba Tshiamo go o etsang wa nyahama.
Ka simole ke di khuruntu mona ke di khuruntu mona ke di khuruntu manent. Ha o sa tseba o reka o mang, ha o sa reka o thabang ha sa o isa.
So qala mo leng teng as motho a motjha. Ja ke go jutse re qadile re khata di loan fela. E le hore ke sa ga re khone re expend more than loan. Ga khata di loan fela kana go. And now khata loan ke so o price motho loan bo 5,000 to the loan. So on can understand hore our chase on that day we ntse maybe 150.
Yes.
Timi e tame commute from locationing to mo lo kutan loan ting o phute loan yo a qeta phute loan. So end up on 115 yo ha o khutla ha o sana ni.
Ha o sana litho. Yes.
Mare mo le matsatsing a lo tshwantse tsebe hore o persevere mo matsatsing a. Oscar give up or okay. Business in Asiaka. And perseverance as well. In trailing or Tlanzi Bashaba Beliona. Basha venture into something today, but boom.
Yes, patience. We don't want to go through a process, eh?
Yeah.
We just want to jump,
Yeah, so perseverance as well. How it's about train again to or we saw through much that's a jalo mobile besar go out there, we advertise, go out the Kala Hanyani, the go that Teo Kala Hanyani can tell undermine. Then again to the thinking, Lona Kadil Hanya, Jaga Kibaton Fesa, Lono E. Because the Renan or Mklom after Lono or Tlahono Oje or Parajan or Parajan Cantia, the Mujanka process.
And it's in the Lono de Mangana. So like when you struggle, Kurla wish you no matter.
How much I think Molon Tamon and our price I was about to the job. Clear Shebalono fella, come on, Ganako you had. Never Shebalona is a Sheba 150. Official Tommy some machine machine
affected.
The demo of an Arajale. Now, Lonaka 250. So I talk about into the jalo melongo o tlo khutlela hae o nyahame no nthono ile bedletse that day ha ya but ska give up.
Yes.
Tomorrow wa tseba na hore ha o simula lono o simula pele o utlo gore majo a teng mona and then the next project fela jalo o tla hola from start to start. So in any sector mo leng teng as motho mocha kana hanyane ha lo go o etsa o batla ngola buka kala one page yo e qale motho mo ga proofread ke bona ro ke no ntsutla hantle continue from there. Yeah.
Yo, Tshiamo, thank you very much, my brother. Thank you very much for sharing this inspiring story, and definitely we'll invite some guys from your office. The accountant, the one who's producing other stuff, because what we want to do, we really want to. How do I say it? We want to inspire young people. We want young people to think outside the box. We want young people to bring ideas, and then we'll definitely have a session where we can come together, all of us, and share our experiences so that we make Blom a better place.
No, that would be nice.
That was Tshiamo Sebolayi in conversation with Thabang. Till we meet again next time, good evening.